All right, Larry Krueger here at Levi's Stadium for the Pig and a Pickle Krug Show on a Thursday as we report back with everything that happened on a Thursday down here in Santa Clara. Niners getting ready to go to Philly on for the weekend, and of course we'll be there, boots on the ground. We're brought to you by Pig and a Pickle. Multiple locations right now. 2 locations, Emeryville and Corte Madera. Soon opening in Petaluma, open 7 days a week from 11 a.m. till 8 p.m. or until they run out. Go say hi to Damon and Mary, get some brisket, tell them the Krug sent you. And we should also tell you that we are brought to you as well by Claudaddy Arcades all month long, sponsoring our trip to Philadelphia. 7 locations, San Diego, LA, Palmdale, Visalia, Fresno, Modesto, and Capitola. It's the ultimate destination for claw machine gaming and prize play, bringing family-friendly entertainment and fun to communities across California. He's a great follow on Instagram at claw_daddy_arcades to find a location near you. Big thanks to Claudaddy for sponsoring our trip to Philly. All right, we should also tell you we're brought to you by Plank Oakland. Our practice reports are brought to you by our friends at Plank Oakland, the 52,000 square foot entertainment eatery at Jack London Square in Oakland. They just opened the Hub, a brand new sports viewing spot with a 30-foot media wall, over 70 TVs. They got a 15,000 square foot beer garden with 49 different beers on tap. Check them out, plankoakland.com. That's plankoakland.com. All right. Big story today. Well, I don't know if it was a big story, but a major story, I guess, if you want to call it that. I don't even know if it's a major story, really, but I'll lead with it anyway. Fred Warner worked out in a side field. It means nothing. He's not going to play this year. I don't think the 49ers are going to advance far enough for him to play. Even if he did play, I mean, come on. Realistically, this guy tore up his ankle earlier this year. He worked out in a side field today, though, and that may uplift the team a little bit. First time since the injury in Tampa that he's been on the field, so that's a big deal, I guess. I'm just not expecting him to come back. I'm not expecting him to come back and play. I don't think he's going to come back and play. My guess is that he might come back for the Super Bowl, but are they going to make it to the Super Bowl? I mean, it's really unlikely. So Fred Warner, for what it's worth, was out on the practice field today for the first time since the surgery. I did not see D. Winters. I did not see Luke Gifford. I didn't see Keon White. None of those guys were on the practice field. Jordan Elliott was at practice. He's trying to, get healthy and play on Sunday. Trent Williams practiced. He didn't look 100%, but he practiced. Ricky Pearsall worked on a side field and did not practice. And I would say right now it doesn't look like Ricky's going to play on Sunday. By the way, how important is Trent Williams? With Trent, the Niners are 61-32. Without him, they're 4-13. Really speaks volumes. We asked Kubiak today, why didn't you go with both tight ends? Why not Tonjes and Kittle together? And he's like, hey, we don't really go with 12 personnel that much, and when we do, it's usually on first and second down and running situations. And exactly, I mean, when the Niners put 12 personnel on the field, it's Kittle and Farrell. They haven't put Kittle and Tonjes out there, but I think they absolutely should. And he said, we talk about doing it, we just haven't done it. The Niners have the second lowest 3-and-out percentage among all the playoff teams, third lowest in the league. Eagles have the highest 3-and-out percentage, and they're dead last in the league at 32nd. 28% of the Eagles' drives go 3-and-out. Mac Jones lost a bet to Curtis Rourke, so he had to wear an Indiana sweatshirt in the 49ers locker room. That was kind of funny. I saw that earlier today. Oh. Windy day out here at Levi's. Couple other notes. I think the Niners ought to try to really run the ball inside in this game. Why? Philly is 16th in the NFL at defending inside runs, so that they're not great at that. Expect to see from the Eagles when they're on offense lots of hitches and curls. A.J. Brown, 21% of his targets are hitches or curls. Devontae Smith, 30% of his targets are hitches or curls. Dallas Goedert, 20% of his targets are hitches or curls. Now, one thing that's going to be key in this game is that the Eagles push the ball down the field at the 4th highest rate, 14.3%, and they're 7th in EPA on deep throws, and the 49er defense is 29th at defending deep throws as far as 29th in overall EPA on deep throws. So something to watch for. The Niners have to play better defense on deep throws in this game. Saleh was asked today about Kazir White, and he said, hey, man, he knows our system. He's ready to go. He can step in if need be. So, you know what? I expect to see Kazir White. Jordan Elliott, as we said, was on the practice field, also was in the locker room. He's got a knee issue. He was wearing a sleeve over his knee. Ian Rappaport did say today that Trent Williams' status is in doubt, but Trent did practice today, and I thought looked pretty good. Josh Williams is one of 4 finalists for the Miami GM job. That was announced in the last day. And also, you know, one of the big questions in this game is, can the 49ers run the ball? The Niners need to control the clock, and they got to do that by staying on the field and dominating time of possession. This is a big game. I mean, the winner moves on, the loser goes home. Niners coming off a crushing defeat to Seattle. Philly's coming off a loss as well, while resting players to Washington and Josh Johnson. The Ravens today asked for permission to interview Robert Saleh, who is getting interest from Atlanta, Tennessee, and Arizona as well. Ricky Pearsall, as I mentioned, did not practice all week. If the Niners don't have him, they have no real deep threat. He did run on a side field today wearing his jersey, but I didn't see him do anything other than that. Philadelphia is 2nd in the NFL in EPA on short throws defensively, and they're 7th in the NFL in EPA on intermediate throws. So it's going to be a real challenge for the Niners to complete short and intermediate throws in this game. Philly also has the 5th highest deep throw rate at 13.7%, and Philly's secondary has an EPA that's 13th in the NFL. So I think the Niners in the pass game are going to try to attack Adoree Jackson opposite Quinyon Mitchell. Brock Purdy has thrown 35 passes with 20-plus air yards. He owns the number one, and is number one in success rate on passes with 20-plus air yards. So it's going to be interesting. Can the Niners run the ball against Jordan Davis? That's going to be a big one. Davis is a behemoth inside, and he's just really, really hard to run against. A couple other notes. Miami fired Mike McDaniel today. They went 7-11 after a 1-6 start. There's 8 available head coaching jobs: Miami, Baltimore, New York, Giants, Tennessee, Atlanta, Arizona, Cleveland, and Las Vegas. Robert Saleh has an interview scheduled with Arizona, so look for that as well. That's going to do it for us. It is a cold, cold Thursday. Join me tonight on Niners Nightly on KMBR. The great Todd Husak's going to stop by. And then Friday, tomorrow, we go to Philly, and it will be colder there. But we're not going there to lose. So thanks to all of our sponsors, and thanks to you guys for supporting The Krug Show on YouTube.